Season 3 of Selling the OC just dropped, and let's be real, we binge watched it this weekend, and if you haven't already, you can pretty much do it in an afternoon and come back to this recap. All right, so my page is called Bravo Hot Tea, but I also cover other things in pop culture. I also like watching other stuff. So, in the meantime, if you haven't already subscribed and turned on the notifications, definitely do so, and let's get into it. All right, guys, let's get into selling the OC. I'm going to quickly go through some of the cast members where we could just kind of get through their storyline fairly quickly, and then I'll get into the meat of the plot line this season. Also, did you guys watch it real quick like I did? Because I feel like it just took me an afternoon, and maybe the episodes weren't as long, or maybe we didn't have enough episodes. I don't know. It was just like a quick breeze, easy to watch. Starting off with Polly. This season, I feel like we really got to see her be a realtor instead of just starting shit, simply put. And she did try to get some relationship tea out of what's her face, Alex Hall, about that random TikTok executive and what's going on between Alex and Tyler, you know, past the potato. I don't know what else to call him. He pretty much got passed around the entire office. Anyways, Polly, it was nice having her around. I think she's like funny and adds some comedic relief. Not much going on this season with her. We had Brandy. Okay, Brandy, she brings something on to the show I think is quite important, especially if you are a person with a drop of melanin. I'm just going to leave that part there. She is trying to get her own niche going, and she had like a whole business plan that she brought on to, was it Jason Oppenheim? I guess it was Jason, that's the twin. And essentially, because of her husband being an athlete and now a trainer to athletes, she is trying to build her relationship and her book of clients where she kind of wants to be the go to person in the office to represent athlete clients for real estate in the OC. And she made a good business case like, hey, there's all these young athletes who end up signing these huge contracts and getting them started with real estate in their portfolio. It's not just them buying a house, it's also them getting off on the right track financially once they sign those huge contracts. So I really like her. She's a little too level headed for this show, as we can see. And this season, she kind of stayed out of the drama and she really just focused on her own lane, and that was Brandy. Now, let's get into the drama. Gio really disappointed me. Gio just showed, what's the word? I don't even have the right word off the top of my head, but basically, he wanted the $28 million house that Kayla was selling this season. And this man could not fathom how this woman who she doesn't have the benefit of nepotism like he does. His mom's been in real estate, especially in that area that the house was listed for that Kayla was representing. That's like his turf. He just could not fathom that she got the listing, whereas he, who comes from a background of real estate, luxury real estate, that he didn't get it. And he was just saying all sorts of things to put her down, like, oh, how could she get it? She only sells houses in like the couple $1 million range. There's no way she has clientele in the 10, 15, 20 million plus range. So, he's just kind of like taking shots at her, and he literally had a showing across the water. And then this is the scene where he came in to check out her open house, which was like pretty packed. And he's like, "Oh, do you have any clients, maybe they'll stop by. Like he's just like, kind of negging her to get a reaction. Now, down the road, we do see Kayla getting more information, and basically, three realtors from the O Group OC office were in the running to get this $28 million property. Gio, my understanding, this is how I read it. Gio was one of them, Kayla was one of them, and then I forget who the other realtor was. I'm thinking since Gio was in the running, they were asking him questions to kind of see if he was the right realtor for this listing. I guess he wasn't. And Kayla Kayla had better ideas. Like, hello, her open house was packed. The girl literally got 4 offers on a house that has a hefty price tag. So I'm thinking Gio was in the running for whatever reason. They didn't go with him. They ended up going with Kayla. And even after learning that information, in his head, he thought the O Group slash Kayla got the listing because of some of his marketing ideas or his strategy. Like, no, you didn't get it probably because of your strategy. Now let's move on. Why don't you go get another $30 million listing and sell that house instead of trying to take credit for the listing that Kayla got? Anyways, we are so moving on from this. More Kayla drama, but it's not drama that she started. Okay, that's the theme we're seeing with Kayla this season. She's not the one starting the drama. It's other people that are laying it on her because they're just like, really? This girl? She's kind of the underdog. We have Messy Boots Alex Hall. The whole Alex going on a podcast, it doesn't matter when it was filmed. You still talked crap about Kayla. Like, it doesn't matter if you guys were on good terms at that time or bad terms at that time or nasty terms at that time. Alex's whole playing amnesia when they straight up asked her about it at the beach, and she was just like going round and round, like, oh no, it wasn't about Kayla. What? And then when she got asked about it, because, then Jarvis played the clip to Kayla once the podcast came out. And then, yes, it was about Kayla. And Allie, for whatever reason, she took it upon herself to basically straight up ask Alex Hall, like, hey, we know what you said. It was about Kayla. And the reason why I think Allie was like pounding on the glass, trying to get what's the other girl's name? The other Alex, Alex Rose, is that her name? To get the other girl's attention, to be like, hey, are we good? When Alex was like throwing her for a loop. And I think why she had such a visceral reaction is because maybe in the South, she deals with nice, nasty women there. It's a different type of mean girl. But the type of mean girl that Alex Hall is, it's the, how should I put it? The gaslighting kind, the one that talks in circles. It's just better if you don't deal with girls like that. And Allie was probably like, let's be real. Allie and Alex, we know who's going to win, and we saw it. Alex did the whole cool composure, I'm cool. Like, I have nothing to worry about. I did nothing wrong, even though, like, no, like, she absolutely was in the wrong. And I don't know, Allie, like, if you are gonna make moves to a new place like the OC or a bigger city, I hate to tell you, girl, these women like this, they exist. And you're gonna have to just wear your big girl pants and be smarter when you talk to them and like not lose your cool. Anyways, that's the chapter on Kayla and Alex and Allie. And in the end, the fact that in the end we saw Alex try to cozy up to Kayla and the crocodile tears, like, oh, we're both moms, we shouldn't be like behaving this way. It's like, no, 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 you shouldn't be behaving this way. Take a look in the mirror. You've been moms, single moms all along, single parents all along. What? Yeah, it's because Kayla ended up getting that huge listing on her own merit, not nepotism. Jason didn't hand it to her on her own merit. Anyways, that's the chapter on these two. I really hope Kayla doesn't fall for it and she doesn't take back Alex as a friend or whatever in any way. Alex does not deserve Kayla's empathy. All right. This was like these men on the OC are so messy. I have to say this really threw me for a loop. I just thought like when I saw the trailer, I was like, "Oh, what are they fighting about?" So we have Austin and Sean. Sean basically called out Austin, like Austin and his wife, they're swingers, they do some weird stuff, how can I put it? They're experimenting. These are some of the things Sean kind of let out. And my whole thing is, of course, it's never right to like out someone, whatever they're doing, whatever they're into. But how badly were Austin and Tyler treating Sean, where Sean just kind of blew up and brought this to light. But also, we can't forget in this whole fight and like the smaller square that I have, Sean literally walked into the office. What's his face? Austin went up to him. He was red. You could see he was like, he wanted to fight. And Sean went away. And then I feel like a producer or someone got into his ear because then Sean went back. And then, it just got like even more heated. So I feel like there is some truth there. The whole cookies and this and that, I don't know about that. That could have been embellished. But where there's smoke, there's fire. It's not looking good for Austin, but hey, don't treat people in a shitty way and they won't let out your secrets. Now, of course, we had a similar situation with Tyler. Most men do not write paragraph text, and even if they do, the little hearts and stuff, I'm not gonna lie, it is a little weird. It's a little weird. It is what it is. In the end, the what do we have here? Our nepotism prince, Tyler, he just wants to be respectful coworkers. Yeah, that kind of went out the window when you guys were, when you guys had mob mentality when it came to going against Sean. Did Sean kind of bait Tyler the whole like, oh, you're getting all your listings from daddy? I mean, come on, there's definitely some truth to it. We see it. The last name that Tyler holds, I'm sure it helps him selling real estate in the OC. But the fact that they kept throwing it in Sean's face, like, "Oh, you're just, you come from marketing, you haven't sold a house in 2 years." Look, at least the guy has his license. Unlike that Ally girl, I don't even know where she came from, but she's on the show without a license. Sean at least seems to be in like he has a corporate marketing background, he has some substance. And with the rates and everything, I'm sure it's not easy to sell real estate right now. Anyways, these two, of course, in the end, we see it just didn't pan out well. Did Sean out Tyler to a certain extent? Maybe. I don't know. We know Tyler is just messy, messy, messy. I do have to say, when it comes to Sean, though, we could see some of the folks getting confused. Like Kayla was full on like, wait, what's like, who do I believe? Like, what's going on here? And apparently Sean would show the text, but then he would kind of like take it away. I don't know which man to believe here. I think there's some truth to all of it. And I'm just gonna leave it at that. All right. Further down into the mess. We got Alex Hall, Tyler. If you guys saw the Brittany Snow interview with, I believe it was on Call Her Daddy. I guess Brittany Snow has a new movie or something where she's doing interviews and promotion. Brittany is like a legit actress. Like we've seen her in real like movies and so forth. My understanding is she's like a child actress. Anyways, she's like a legit actress. Tyler Stanaland, I believe is his last name. The family that he comes from, you can't just marry anyone. Sorry, Alex Hall. It was never going to be you. I'm going to get to that part later. He married Brittany Snow, which she's a notable actress, which I'm sure was huge for Tyler and how can I put it? The look, the status, the just the look and feel of the family that Brittany Snow is part of the real estate Stanaland family. There's a lot of power and weight in all of that. Now, Alex Hall, don't even come for Brittany. Brittany doesn't need to say anything with her chest. Brittany is a classy actress. Just leave her alone. Now, Alex, on the other hand, this girl was made for reality TV, and that's a compliment. If you are going to be in reality TV and people are saying you were made for reality TV, that is a compliment. I'm saying that with my chest. I don't know. Anyways, we all saw season 1 and season 2, right? And my understanding is right after season 1, Brittany Snow drew up the paperwork and was like, bye, I'm leaving. And so she did. Tyler is literally so messy. We saw him getting flirty with Polly. Apparently, Kayla came on to him. Maybe Kayla did come on to him first season. But women don't just like go up to men for no reason. There's usually kind of like a green light for them, for a woman to go on to a man, right? Anyways, so season 1, season 2, we saw whatever with Polly, Kayla, Alex. This man is so, so messy. Now, I'm going to go back to what's her face, Alex and Tyler. This is something where they're not really talking about it on the show. Tyler will never be with Alex or someone like Alex. We could put like any woman in the placeholder of Alex. The family that, or the type of family that Tyler comes from, they want a woman with substance, someone they can take around to parties, events, whatever, you name it, and be like, yes, this, someone like Brittany Snow is now part of our family. They want, you guys get what I mean, prestige. Alex isn't exactly a woman of prestige. She's gorgeous. I think Tyler always saw Alex as like a piece of meat. And the man asked her to take what, like a 1-day trip to Nashville, and then he uninvited her, and then he said, "Oh, you can come if you want." How disgusting. Ew. Like, you wouldn't even go to a party unless someone said, "Hey, yeah, you're invited to the party." Not, "Hey, you can come if you want." You would be like, "No, I'm not gonna go to the party." Like, what? Like, is it a invitation or not? Like, what's going on here? And then for Alex, I don't know if she's still seeing that TikTok executive who was whisking her off to Vegas and then Europe. The fact that she was going to have this great European trip with that TikTok executive, and then she invited a couple of the folks from the office, including Tyler. And then after Shabbat dinner, Alex was like, "Oh, but we have chemistry, and like, something's stopping me from going with the TikTok exec. It's this chemistry, and I want to see what's there." Whatever, I forget verbatim, but it was like so cheesy. I'm just like, girl, like, are we acting here or are you for real? You're really gonna throw it away with what seems like a good gentleman for Tyler the dog. I was like, wait, Alex is a grown woman. Like, she had a husband, she got divorced, she has kids. She has to do well in real estate so that she can take care of herself and the kids. Like, she has grown woman responsibilities. Why are you wasting your time chasing this boy? Also, if you listen closely to what Tyler kept saying, he's like, "Oh, I want a wife, I want kids." Not once did he say, "I want to be a good husband to whoever's my next wife, and I want to be a good father. Two different things. Two different things. Words matter. Anyways, that's my piece on these two. He's never going to marry someone like her or her. Oh, no, no, no. There's one more thing I want to say. There was a scene last season. They were on the beach, and this is what told me he was never going to, take her seriously. Tyler was never going to take Alex seriously. It was something to the extent my family and I were on the private beach, whereas you were on the public beach. And she just kind of like laughed and like wrote it off. That to me was like a light bulb. I'm like, oh yes, I got it. I see it. It was like so clear as day once they had that exchange. And from there on, I was like, how does Alex not see it? Like, "Oh my god, Alex, like, you don't see it. This man will never be with you simply because you guys are not from the same status quo." It is what it is. Anyways, that's my rant on these 2. Let's keep it cute. Let's keep it moving. Oh my god, Alex again. Alright, who do we have left? Alexandra Jarvis. So Jarvis left. She had her beautiful elopement in Europe. It's a shame that they didn't have actual people. It just they eloped. She had this beautiful dress. I don't know. She's just very classy and she is a lawyer. So I don't know where she ended up going, like which brokerage she's at now, but I think she had enough of the drama. It's just not like worth her time. Um, she did say in an interview, I think she was like engaged 3 times and now married 3 times, which, girl, that's a lot of rings. Some will say good for you, some will, give her a side eye. It all depends on how you look at it. So Jarvis has left the Oppenheim OC group. Who else? We know Tyler has left. Now, when it comes to Tyler, we did see that scene where I think it was like an event or they were checking out a house with his dad and his brother. I didn't know he had a brother, but anyways, he's back in the family business. They probably were like, no, 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 you're not doing this crap anymore. And did Tyler ghost Alex? Like, that was the other thing. The fact that Tyler went on a month-long trip after they made out in like season 2 or at the end of season 2, and then he went on a month-long trip to Fiji or whatever it was. No, it was Australia and Fiji, I believe. I don't know. It was like somewhere far. Like, hello, he never took her seriously. If he did, he would have at least had the courtesy to be like, "Hey, Alex, I have a big trip planned. I'll see you in a month." But he just like left and then he came back. Anyways, these two are so toxic. Tyler is gone. He's back to the family business. And I'm not surprised Sean has also left the brokerage. And he went somewhere else. I don't know if he's doing marketing somewhere else or he's doing real estate at like another place, but good for him. All the microaggressions, that was honestly like hard to watch. I don't know, guys. I think it was, overall a pretty good season. It was definitely a easy watch. Now, the fact that we don't have Jarvis, we don't have Sean. Okay, well, he was never like really main cast. He was kind of like B cast trying to be A cast. And then we, of course, don't have Tyler. It's going to be interesting to see what happens in the next season. And there is one more picture I want to show you guys so that we end off on a good note. Miss Kayla girl. So, update on the $28 million house, 28.5 to be exact. She did end up selling it. The house sold for, I believe, like 24 or 25. And honestly, that makes me so happy because I was really rooting for her, especially with all these people, like, just like going after her. I believe on the show she had like 4, let's see, 4 offers. And I don't know if it was one of those offers, but in the end, the house did end up selling for like 24 million, 25 million. So I can only imagine the commission on that. And I hope she's able to, use that commission and buy a house for herself and her son. And yeah, I just wanted to end off on a happy note. Selling the OC, let's just see what happens next season. With a couple people gone, I'm assuming there's going to be a bit of a cash shakeup. Maybe more people will leave, and let's see how they keep the OC going. And I can't believe the drama these men have brought. It's like pretty like insane, I have to say. Anyways, if you guys enjoy like Bravo, Housewives, Vanderpumps, and just like I don't know, other reality pop culture tea. Of course, you guys need to subscribe and turn on your notifications. Bravo Hat Tea here on YouTube. And I got you covered on Instagram and TikTok. Catch you later. Take care.